Channel, Chanel Lingenfelder. I am Kuthumi. Greetings dear ones. Self-awareness and self-realization are two of the most profound foundations of the new you, which runs deep. It explains your cognizance, thus even though you may not completely understand something, you become aware, which opens up new ventures and avenues, as awareness brings about self-realization in its advanced stage. This awareness is and must be about you, not your neighbor, and like equinoxes, awareness brings about balance. Planetary seasons bring about balance between growth and rest to balance its moods. Self-awareness and self-realization do the same when discovering the true essence of the new you. Appreciation of awareness brings through deeper understanding. This allows you to perceive things more in depth, therefore greater assimilation and integration. Next you digest what your true perception and your reflection of this understanding is. This is all part of teaching the self to open your horizons for you to become less judgmental, and with caution to analyze or look at a situation and make a sound observation. This is awareness in action. Remove the sting, let go of judgment. This says, let's be cautious, let's look and analyze a situation before we place a verdict, judgment, upon it. Let us reflect on all the fragments of this particular situation which will enable us to make a sound decision instead of an egocritical verdict. Awareness, through working with your own inner self, releases the self from the clutches of judgment by introducing discernment. With discernment you are able to let go of judgment, and by letting go of judgment, it brings through a refined awareness of self-realization. Once this is firmly lodged into your self-realization pod, your solar plexus, a whole new ball game opens up for you. Here you are encouraged to recognize, assimilate, and digest probable outcomes without the influence of fierce judgment, yet place your valued stamp of authenticity on the outcome without the need for a set verdict. Discernment invites you to look at the bigger picture, thus instead of critical judgment through false perception and ego drama, you are able to assimilate and digest what is happening without enforcing influence. In so doing, the resounding bang on your beautiful tainted glass doors within your solar plexus awakens you to discover self-realization. Self-realization equals unconditional love. Express the words self-realization lightly, gently, and respectfully with dignity, which like unconditional love is bigger than most. But we will assist, and you are getting there. The first part of self-realization is awareness, and by bringing awareness into your consciousness you are cognizant of what is going on around you. Thus, you no longer take a situation and plunge it into the depths of judgment, but through discernment you assimilate, integrate, it. Next you digest, analyze, it, if need be, for it to make sense. Place this into higher awareness, and that awareness births your all-powerful self-realization. To digest a process, it doesn't mean you have to judge it. Be critical if you must when analyzing, then let it go. Once you are able to digest your judgments and dissect it with discernment, your energy portfolio ascends in frequency, as your awareness becomes a realized aspect or essence of the self. You have now reached a stage in your life where your world has suffered through much trauma, beloved ones. You have suffered under the clutches of the Illuminati, the darkness and density often self-inflicted. The neophyte and unawakened often don't understand true density. They haven't as yet experienced a fulfilling electrifying journey of let us teach you about awareness, cognizance, and consciousness, let alone cross the mountainous terrain of judgment and then dive into the swamps of discernment, which will either force you through the deep or the shallow, the clear, murky, or deep muddy. Perhaps the neophyte or newcomer, who forms a vital part of the foundations of the collective, unconscious, may still be in deep slumber, or in some ways still trapped within the sludge of murk which they struggle to fully awaken from. Most are not even aware that these higher teachings exist and are part of life. Some may have heard or read some thought-provoking words, but to bring them into full perceptive proves to be arduous and almost unattainable for many. This is understandable, bless them. The spiritual realm, thus us on the other side that serve as world teachers for your world, we are not interested in the trivial things in your life. We are interested in, and in support of, you learning to serve yourself. This includes being at peace with your exit point from the other side, and your entry point into this side, and vice versa. We are interested in your awakening, light worker, thus your ability to consciously understand awareness and from there transcend into self-realization. You are the very ones that we rely upon, for lack of a better word, to lift the collective density, not add to it. Part of your process as a light worker is to lift the vibrational frequency of the sludge around the planet. You see, there is much that we can, and a whole lot that we can't do when it comes to planetary transition. The awakening consciousness of humanity called this forth. It happened because of you. You do this by doing just what you are doing. What a job! But fear not, you are doing extremely well. Beloved ones, those from beyond the veils feel this. There's not even a word I could use to translate into your language the excitement, pleasure, and satisfaction we feel for the work that you have done, are, and will be doing for your planet. Stop being so hard on yourself, criticizing and judging the self. Some of you are very sensitive when it comes to self-realization, whereas others are not even aware of the multiple self, let alone the probability thereof. What is sensitivity? It could mean anything. Sensitivity could be an allergy, or a reaction. Sensitivity in the higher sense is very much part of your intuition. What does synchronicity bring to you but stir sensitivity? If you are not sensitive about situations, you will not recognize the synchronicity in it, and it is through the synchronicity of events that you begin to paste the picture by connecting the dots, hence fitting the pieces of your puzzle one at a time. Suddenly your overall picture is no longer a confusing puzzle. Light workers are building new pictures by fitting, creating, new parts to your puzzles. Some hold the intrinsic concept of the puzzle together, whilst others expand from the puzzle. Some lay new foundations, whilst others cut new parts and then refit them to be part of a divine perfect state. Each of you are an integral part of the puzzle that reveals the bigger picture, no matter how trivial, insecure, unworthy, and shameful you may feel at times. Get over it. Soul Song.